If you're familiar with the phrase, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, then be prepared to hear that familiar phrase a lot in the next half an hour, because this is the world premiere of What Happens in Vegas in London.
Las Vegas, yeah.
On today's show, we meet the main man, Ashton Kutcher.
I was so nervous around it, right? Because I was like, oh my God, I'm at Cameron Diaz's house. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't know. I was like really nervous and starstruck by her.
Let death do us part.
Not if I don't kill you first.
We eavesdrop on Ashton's chat with co-star Cameron Diaz.
Here in Vegas, it being sort of a 24-hour city, anything's possible, and you are given the permission to basically do anything here.
I love Vegas! And we meet the celebrity guests gambling up the red carpet. What do you think it is about them that kind of makes them click on screen? They've got a good chemistry.
No, they're both really hot.
It is that simple, isn't it?
Put two hot people together, and usually it works out okay. So 44! 44!
Las Vegas, yeah.
If What Happened in Vegas actually did stay in Vegas, we wouldn't have much of a film. As it is, Cameron Diaz and Ashton Kutcher have a wild night in Sin City and then drag the consequences of their drunken nuptials back to New York for this Battle of the Sexes comedy.
Here's the one place where you can step up and be a man.
Community college?
Where can you go? You can forget all your troubles.
Vegas!
Vegas!
Las Vegas, yeah.
Ashton and Cameron star as characters escaping to Las Vegas for a bit of fun with their best mates and $3 million richer.
That was my quarter!
I put the quarter in the slot.
What's mine is yours, baby. We're married now, remember?
Realising the error of their ways, they go for a divorce, but a judge forces the mismatched pair to give their marriage a chance to earn their share of the jackpot.
I am freezing the $3 million and sentencing you two to 6 months hard marriage.
Now, sadly, Cameron Diaz's father died last month, which means she couldn't come along today. So I sent Ashton over to her place to have a little chinwag.
We will save it for the camera.
We shouldn't act like we're friends when the cameras aren't rolling.
You can ask me any question, doesn't mean I'm gonna answer it.
Okay.
We're feeling it, let's move
Yeah,
it.
we're totally feeling it. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas is the saying. What does that mean, Cameron?
Here in Vegas, it being sort of a 24-hour city, you can't tell what time it is, you don't know how much money you've spent, you don't know how much you've drank, you don't know how much you've slept.
It's like Egypt!
Amazing!
Anything's possible, and you are given the permission to basically do anything here
I love Vegas!
that you would probably never do anyplace else at any other time in your life.
So
Nobody
it's
will ever
really
know.
like a free pass
I'm not usually this much fun!
to be your wildest, craziest, funnest self.
Exactly.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Absolutely. And that being the title of this film, What Happens in Vegas, we witness Jack and Joy, our characters, kind of having one of those evenings. But unfortunately, of course, it doesn't stay in Vegas.
Do you know how many people in an average year get married in Vegas?
How many? Should I know the
Guess.
answer?
Guess.
I'm gonna go with 50 to 100,000.
100,000 marriages a year in Vegas.
Drunk strangers getting married, that happens in Vegas often. I mean, that's something that's supported here.
Right.
I'm sure there's plenty of people who've walked into a chapel, totally drunk, complete strangers, just like Jack and Joy, and the chapel has not stopped them from getting
Here's
married.
the thing. I've been drunk a lot, and I've only been married once. And I wasn't drunk when I got married. How do you get so drunk? How does that happen to people? Where's the trigger point where you think getting married is the great idea? This is a city built on excess and bad decisions. Vegas should be the only place on earth where you can't get married.
Pull it together, dude! You gotta turn that ring off her finger. Shock and awe!
Where's the line in the sand as to what actually stays in Vegas?
I think whether or not it gets out has all to do with how well you've covered your own tracks.
And exactly how debaucherous you have been.
It's 14 years since Cameron Diaz quit modelling and without any acting experience landed the femme fatale role opposite Jim Carrey in The Mask. This blonde with brains has worked hard to build a pretty impressive career with hits My Best Friend's Wedding, There's Something About Mary, Charlie's Angels and the Shrek movies. She remains one of Hollywood's hottest leading ladies. And with those legs and that smile, I'm not surprised.
All right, so you've got a friend.
Yes.
And you're dating some guy, let's say hypothetically, and your friend's like, don't like him. Is it over?
No,
Because
no.
guys have this rule called bros before hoes.
Oh my God, she is so effing hot.
Pick a team.
Pick a team right now. Pick a team.
But girls don't have that, like chicks before.
I mean, we all
Dicks.
have chicks before dicks, absolutely.
I just made that up.
As soon as the guy turns the head, the girlfriends are like,
Really?
Guys don't judge the first night. They're like, hit it, hit it, hit it,
The first
hit it.
night's like ABC. Always be closing. Always be closing.
That's awesome.
That's guys.
Okay, the guys are-
aren't
guys
looking
are
for
harder to
relationships.
get-
Guys are looking for
No.
tonight. That leads us to the second half of our film, which is hating the person that you're with. Right? So I was with someone for 3 years, a year and a half of which I was trying to figure out how I was gonna end
Isn't
it.
that how it always is?
I drove home from work thinking maybe if I just accidentally plow the car through the house, she could be in the living room at that exact point in time. I could take her out.
Tell me about yourself. What are your hobbies?
We'll say I just like loving her. It's just so easy.
What else?
Listening. I love listening to what she has to say. What else? I just think just being there for her in general.
Joy?
I'd have to agree.
So this movie's about something else as well. It's about taking half. Congratulations, you just quadrupled your investment. 50-50 is the right thing. I'm not getting paid what you're getting paid on
Well,
this
then
film.
you should just do not
So
as much
maybe
work.
we could just like slide a little bit of the loot from this side of the table over to this side.
Hi. Would you mind if we waited in here until the locksmith comes?
There is a hot girl party going on in my living room.
Dude, it's a trap.
No, this happens.
No, it doesn't happen.
Las Vegas, yeah.
This is the man everyone's getting in a tiz about, 30-year-old Ashton Kutcher. Ashton was studying biochemical engineering in Iowa when a modelling competition prompted him to quit university, move to New York, and famously pose in designer pants. 2 years later, he arrived in Los Angeles, and at his first audition, he landed a role in the TV sitcom That 70s Show as a dim-witted ladies' man. Anything but dim-witted. Ashton's built a solid movie career with comedy hits Dude, Where's My Car?, Just Married and Cheaper by the Dozen. He also set up his own production company to produce hidden camera TV show Punk'd and reality hits Beauty and the Geek and The Real Wedding Crashers. He's been married to Hollywood siren Demi Moore since 2005, and I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that two of his toes are joined together. Or was that Patrick Duffy? Ashton Kutcher, welcome to Leicester Square. How you doing?
Yeah, great, man. This is pretty unbelievable, huh?
This is a very good reception you're getting. Is it better than anywhere else in the world? Don't be shy to say that it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Leicester Square. I've never done Leicester Square. This is kind of this is crazy. It's pretty cool.
Let's talk a little bit about the film. You and Cameron Diaz bouncing off each other a lot. Was it as much fun to make as it looks like on screen?
Yeah, we just went to work and try to make each other laugh every day. Like that's a pretty lucky job, you know. Like first of all, you get to go to work with Cameron Diaz, and second of all, you get to try to make her laugh, which is not easy.
I do, I take on.
This is the director of tonight's movie, British-born Tom Vaughan. After cutting his teeth on TV dramas like Cold Feet, Tom made his feature film debut 2 years ago with the hit coming-of-age comedy Starter for 10 starring James McAvoy.
They're both, very attractive, very likeable, very funny physical comedians, and they sort of complement each other looks-wise. When you put them on the screen together, it feels right. When you look at it, you think, yeah, that looks good. Yeah. That looks good. And I think they had a natural energy where they, you put them together and they would compete with each other all the time. Very competitive, very, always looking for the joke, always ribbing the other one. And I just thought that was going to be if we could capture that and commit it to film somehow, it would be very funny.
This guy plays Ashton Kutcher's best friend in the film. His name is Rob Corddry. You might recognise him from the big screen hit comedies Failure to Launch, Blades of Glory, and I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. Tell us a bit about the character you play, Mr. Hader.
Yeah, Stephen J. Hader, lawyer, best friend, plot device.
Sure, he's for me, he's the best friend, but he's also a bit of a thorn in the side of Ashton Kutcher's character.
Well, isn't the best friend always sort of like, there's a fine line between best friend and bad guy? You know what I mean? The best friend's always there for you until the end of Act 2.
Yeah.
then
them's the rules.
That's the rule. That's what we do.
Lake Bell, who stars as Cameron Diaz's best friend Tipper. She's well known in the States for her roles in TV dramas The Practice, Boston Legal, and medical favourite ER. She's Cameron's best friend, but she's a bit of a hindrance on the path to true love, though, isn't she, really?
Well, you know what? That's not fair. Come on, I don't know. I'm gonna be pushing it a little bit. No, I mean, she's like she's like the catalyst to all the events. At least that's how I see it.
All right, okay, well, if that's how you see it, it's good enough for me.
Jack?
Yes.
When you get put together with someone like Cameron Diaz and you immediately feel like this must work, it seems like it's ridiculous it hadn't happened before. Does that make you nervous that maybe the chemistry wouldn't be there?
You know what? The first time I went over to her house to talk about the script because we hadn't found a director yet, and we were thinking about what director we want and what we want to do to this script. And I went to her house, and there was like I was so nervous around her, right? Because I was like, oh my God, I'm at Cameron Diaz's house. Like it's weird. Like I don't know. I was like really nervous and starstruck by her, and so it was a little awkward, right? Like she was cooking something. I'm like, what are you cooking? Like it was like coming out of a tube. And I'm like, and she was like just like chefing it up. Well, and she had a bunch of koi fish, and those kind of scare me because they were like giant koi, and that frightened me a little bit. So it was a little funny at first, but then everything sort of settled into the.
Yeah. Are you friends with the koi fish now?
I'm cool with the koi fish.
Thank goodness.
I got a koi of my own.
Okay. Ashton, really nice to talk to you. Cheers.
Yeah, thank you.
Till death do us part.
Not if I don't kill you first.
We are not having sex ever.
Ever.
Now, that felt like a real married couple.
Still to come, I get some FaceTime with Ashton Kutcher and his best mates in the film. You're a winner. You're a loser. You're a winner.
It's been really great talking.
You're a loser. You're a winner,
This has
Rob.
been my favorite interview.
Yeah, loser. Why is the loser still talking?
Las Vegas, yeah.
Welcome back to the red carpet of the world premiere of the Battle of the Sexes comedy, What Happens in Vegas.
Yes, that is the topping I wanted on my popcorn. Thanks.
Living Las Vegas, yeah.
Danielle, how are you doing this evening?
I'm really looking forward to tonight. I love Vegas, so I can't wait to see the film.
Okay, have you been to Vegas a few times yourself?
Yeah, I've been a few times. I actually try and go a few times a year.
Why have you come out to see this film this evening?
Why not? Ashton is hot. Why else would we be here? And for you as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
And also anything Vegas related is usually quite good fun. I love Vegas related movies because, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, baby.
Really.
Are you a fan of Vegas generally? Have you been a few times?
Do you know what? I've been once, and I kind of liked it. It's very busy. You've got to be in the right frame of mind. And I was in a chill-out mode. I just finished working for 2 months, and I wanted to chill. I got to Vegas, and it was just a little bit too much. So I've got to go back, in the party mood.
Okay, yeah, it's a hectic place.
It is. A lot of electricity, a lot of lights, a lot of people, but it's fun. I was staying at the Venetian Hotel, and Jay-Z and Beyonce literally were walking next to me as if I was part of their entourage. I was like,
joking.
no way. It was like a dream come true.
Are you a fan of Cameron and Ashton?
Big fan of Cameron, big fan of Ashton, yes. Yeah, they're both good. I think they work really well together.
Okay, what do you think it is about them that kind of makes them click on screen? They've got a good chemistry.
No, they're both really hot.
It is that simple, isn't
Put
it?
two hot people together, usually it works out okay.
I hooked up with Ashton Kutcher and the guy who plays his best mate in the movie, Rob Corddry, to find out what they really got up to in Vegas. Could you, first off, just describe your character's sort of best buddy relationship in the film?
Yeah, Rob plays my best friend in the movie.
Okay. A little bit more detail, maybe.
Got it.
He's also my lawyer.
I'm a best friend who happens to be a lawyer.
Okay.
You know how, like, you have those best friends that tell you to do all the wrong things?
I was going to say that.
At all the wrong
Yeah.
times. This guy.
That's pretty much your role. You just kind of stick your oar in.
I
Not
don't
that helpful.
see it that way.
Oh, really?
I see my character as giving him pretty sound advice.
Oh, do you? The craziest thing you've ever done in Sin City, and do bear in mind this is a family show.
Then nothing.
Nothing. Nothing that you can talk about.
I've never even been to Vegas.
Of course you have.
No.
No?
Not if it's a family show.
Okay.
I ended up on stage with a hip hop group singing to like a coliseum of porn stars.
Amazing. That is amazing. Cameron's character sort of tries to house train you, Ashton. Are you house trained in real life? Do you ever just let loose and maybe urinate on the carpet?
No. Well, I pee outside a lot.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of peeing outside.
Why is that? It's like the feel of the air
know,
across
it's
the...
like, I just feel like, man, Earth.
Oh,
urine.
liberated.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, so I walk, every morning I wake up and I take my dogs out into my backyard, right? And I let them, and they go to the bathroom, and so I just pee off the edge of the deck.
Yeah.
Every morning I do that. So I guess that's like my unhousebroken, that's like the one unhousebroken thing I do.
Yourself, Rob?
My wife really had to train me to put the toilet paper back on the roll so that the toilet paper is on the outside.
Because when it's on the inside...
Who cares, right?
See which of you is the luckiest with a simple coin toss now. This is a £2 coin. This is worth about $4, so this is pretty big. Who wants to call? It's just the queen.
Let me ask, do you call it something different here? Is it heads and tails?
No, it's heads and tails. Heads and tails.
Hindsight and...
You can, if you want to call it queen and number, you can.
All right.
Okay, so who wants to? Ashton, do you want to call?
I'll call it.
Okay.
Queen.
It is not queen.
Number
$4 to you.
Yeah, I just got $4.
$4. Yeah, that's right.
You
lose.
Call it. Suck it.
Yeah, but you lost.
But just because I lost doesn't mean he won.
Yes, by default. By default.
It's by default.
Here, let me flip it and you call it.
Use a different coin.
Done. I haven't got any
This
other
one's
coins.
gone. That
Well,
one's
I
spent.
don't understand why you went
That one's
by
spent
default. I
already.
would have let you.
You're a winner.
It's been
I
great.
You're a
would've let you
loser.
call. I've been losing.
You're
for
a
years.
winner.
It's been
Really
why would
great
I let-
talking.
You're a loser.
Why
You're
would I
a
let
winner,
this
Rob.
has
been my
Why did
favorite interview.
I don't
Yeah.
understand how
Loser.
you went by default.
Why is the
like
loser
that.
still talking?
What,
Why is the loser talking?
Because I didn't.
Shh. Hush.
God, I love England.
I'm almost done.
Oh yeah, this is happening. By the way, it's your day for dishes.
The decision to pair up Cameron Diaz with Ashton Kutcher is inspired as the pair bicker and backstab their way to marital bliss in a pretty entertaining way. One beautiful person, another beautiful person, some wisecracking banter, and a few absolutely necessary shots of the stars in their underwear are just 4 good reasons to go and see this film.